प्राइस है तो उनको दे दो. Market is in our mind. How do you say that?
Because whenever we want to do any of the transactions, we can do it from our mind.
You generate a thought that you want to buy or sell, right? And that is how a market is born. You generate a thought that I must own this. I no longer want to own this. When that thought comes, you as one of the components of market has got generated. Abhi raha kya? Find the other side. Find somebody who thinks different from you. And that is enabled through your mobile or any other device, terminal. Ventura Securities is one of the enablers, and so on. But essentially, where is the market? In the mind. Where is the finger working from? From the mind. तो अपने को सबसे ज्यादा काम किधर करना है? Should you learn technicals and fundamentals and then numerology and some astrology to go with it and then build a network, सारे खबर निकाले, know what FIs are doing, आज की क्या flow है, ये सारे निकालना पड़ता है. ये निकालने के बाद भी क्या होता है? You still have to distill it in your mind, right? आपको मैंने बोल दिया, today CLSE is going to send out a big order, 5 lakh shares to buy at 220 rupees. Precise information. You still have to process it, right? You may be short in that counter. You may have wanted to buy at 200, but it is 220 already. Now you may think, I missed my chance. But I am telling you that today 5 lakh order is going to come. And then you are thinking, I may miss my chance further. Now will the order come or not? This active trader है, यहाँ पर कोई active trader? Show of hands, anybody active? एक्टिव है ना, तो आप व्हाट्सएप मैसेज वगैरह में पढ़ा होगा कि मदर्स एंड सुमी में डील होने वाला. यू माइट हैव रेड. 4 दिन हो गए, सब लोग वेट कर रहे हैं कि आज होगा, आज होगा, आज होगा. एवरीबॉडी इज पुटिंग इन द ट्रेड्स एवरी डे मॉर्निंग. बाय मदर्स एंड सुमी और सेल मदर्स एंड सुमी, और डील तो हो ही नहीं रहा. सो इट इज जस्ट नॉट इनफ टू हैव सम इंफॉर्मेशन. दैट इंफॉर्मेशन ऑल्सो नीड्स टू बी प्रोसेस्ड. And that processing is also going on in here, right? So everything comes to how you handle your mind. And what do they say about training the mind? What is it called? What is training the mind called? School में क्या करते हैं? It's education, right? Education is training your mind. Whether you are in school, primary, secondary, higher, colleges, professional, everywhere you are educating what? You are educating your mind. And what are you educating your mind for? जैसे आपने क्या किया? School, college, professional, सब सीखा ना? Okay, who's super qualified? Whatever, PhD. Okay, one PhD here. And most of you would be graduates. Correct? Has any of your learning prepared you for the market? Has any of your education allowed you to do this? BA, BCom, BSc, BE, MBBS, BDS, whatever. It has not even allowed you to move your finger. So what does that mean? It means that we may be as educated as this country can make us, but it does not prepare us for the market. Nobody is educated for the market. Nobody. But we are all here, interested in the market. सबका एक ही मकसद है ना? What is your goal? Make money. There is no other goal. अच्छा, tell me, how will you make money? Knowledge आ गया, money आ गया. Buy low, sell high. Okay. This is a universal formula. Buy low, sell high. What is low? Can you define a low? लूपिंग में 2000 से 1500 हुआ तो लो लगता था ना. अभी 1000 रुपये में लो लगता है कि नहीं? अब 500 हो जाए तो लो कैन बी लोअर. अभी एमआरएफ में कोई हाई आया? 20,000 में महंगा लगता था, 40 हो गए. 40,000 everybody said too much. 70,000. Who says it may not go to 100,000? So is there a high? So even though it is a universal formula, buy low, sell high, can you define what is a low and what is a high? You can, provided you get the education to know what is low and what is high. Because low and high are relative concepts. It is low relative to something else, and it is high relative to something else. MRF is still today trading at what? Maybe 12 times. Is that expensive? Most of the tire stocks are trading 12-15 times. That's not expensive. The price is, absolute terms, is 67,000. Seat is trading 12, 13, 14 times. Apollo Tyre is trading 12, 13 times. Apollo Tyre and MRF have similar capacities. But Apollo is 250, MRF is 67,000. There are reasons behind it. The absolute number of the stock price doesn't make a difference. That doesn't make it low or high. Low or high is a relative number. Of relativity is a judgment, is an understanding, is a recognition of all other factors around. How do we do that? We have to be educated. What does education really produce? Education से होता क्या है? You are able to differentiate. That is what education will produce. A 5th standard child can differentiate more than a 2-year-old. A college going student will differentiate more than a 5th standard boy, and so on. So education produces ability to differentiate. We all agreed that we have come to the market with a goal of making money. Where do we have the power to differentiate about what is good and what is not? What is low and what is high? Which is the right time to buy and which is the right time to sell? All these differentiations need to be created inside of us. And that is where education comes in. Unfortunately, there are no formal education institutes. Even though lakhs of crores are being exchanged almost on a daily basis, the government doesn't see this as an area which requires some formal education. Even those who do MBA students here, yeah. Even in MBA programs, the market is not covered. They cover portfolio structuring, right? And various things like that at a very theoretical concept. Futures options are also covered, derivatives are covered at a very theoretical level. The professor will come and he will derive the price of an option or a fair value of a future giving various formula. And students have absolutely no clue what is going on. I have, as of this moment, in my office, a lecturer who runs a program in one of the business schools. She comes once a week to take mentoring on how the market works, which is very good because she is taking the extra effort to inform herself to be of more value to her students. I really appreciate that from her. But that is one single teaching. How much can she do? So what has happened? Lot of ancillary training setups have come. I have been training people from 1993 because I have a passion to train. I love the subject. I came to the market in 1977 as a fundamental analyst. I was one till about 1981. And then I discovered technical analysis and I have not looked back since. It is not that I have not kept pace of what is happening on fundamentals. I am equally aware of that also. Because market is two sides of a coin. Everything should be known. But I've chosen to stay with technical analysis for reasons of my own. And we have specialized in that area. I'm sure Tejas would have given you some idea about what is the essential difference. Or most of you would already be aware that fundamentals operate in one area, technicals operate in another area. But essentially they are both doing the same job. Ultimately, what is the goal? To make money. And we were on that question of how is money made. So where does the money come from? The money that you make, where does it come from? From other people's pocket. Very good. One more prize to this gentleman later on. So you think they are all waiting around to give it to you? Right? Also understand they are trying to pick your pocket. If it is true that you are all going to get it from other fellows, they are also going to get it from you. Now, many of you are here. Some of you may know each other. But majority of the people will not know one another. You're all clients and associates of Ventura. Each of you is trying to take money from each of you. Isn't that a fact? If money is coming from somebody else. So what is your job? What is your job? And it's a two-part job. Yes, that is job number one. First you keep your hand on your purse. कि मेरा pocket नहीं उड़ा दे बिल्कुल. And then you reach into this man's pocket because it looks a little fattish. बोले इधर बहुत माल है. But how do you know his pocket is fat and that his attention is slack? Both the things are required, right? Pocket में पैसा होना चाहिए और उसका attention कहीं और होना चाहिए. Then only you can pick his pocket. And you got to keep doing this every day. Or as many times as you desire to make market. How will you know this? How will you know even that he exists? You don't even know he exists. What you know is I have to pick somebody's pocket. And I know for a fact that most people are not paying attention. So it is actually not a difficult job. But there has to be a way. There has to be a way. And we have to learn that way. Fundamental analysis will tell you कि इसके जेब मोटे हैं. But it will not tell you whether he is alert or whether he is asleep. Market price action will tell you who's alert and who's not. And that is why technical analysis as a subject was born. Because to know about the existence of our friend here and to know about the fact that he carries with him sufficient amount of money for me to participate in some of that, you also need to know how to take it away from him. And the price action of the day, if studied and understood properly, will be able to give you this information. You will hear about some of it today. You're actually going to cover some method, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So In the next part of our program, he will actually cover for you one simple method, or maybe more than one, I don't know. But that is just a, what do you say, hint of what is possible. Technical analysis is a vast subject. So there are some people who take kind of mentoring from me. And that program goes on for about a year. Okay. I divide it into 4 semesters, 4 quarters. So it's actually like doing a degree course of a year or more. People have done it for 1.5 years, 6 quarters. You know why it takes so long? Why do you think it takes so long? इतना मटेरियल तो नहीं है कि अपने को 1.5 साल पढ़ना पड़े. मटेरियल इज लिमिटेड. क्या है? प्राइस है, वॉल्यूम है, एंड ऑफ मैटर. दो ही वेरिएबल है. फंडामेंटल में कितने वेरिएबल है? हाउ मेनी? 5, maybe 10, 50. Yes? Who's for 100? Anybody for 100 variables in fundamental analysis? Who's for more than 100? It's several hundreds. It's unlimited. Anything and everything can affect performance of a company. कितने तो every day you see on the TV. This is the number. It is 2% away, 10% away, in line, out of expectation, beyond, below. All these things you hear. Why is that? And then of course they always have a reason as to why it is away. Oh, forex hedging was not accounted for. Suddenly they had this extra power cost because Telangana separated from Andhra Pradesh and all the power units went there, and instead of 2 rupees 60 paisa a unit, it became 4 rupees 80 paisa a unit. Or some such thing will be there. But that is not factored into your numbers. And then your numbers are 10% short or 10% more or whatever. And it happens every quarter. But everybody accepts. And then we go on. But if I tell you buy this share, it is now 35 rupees, it will go to 50 rupees. And then it goes to 46 rupees. And you are waiting at 50 to sell. Oh, 46, okay, फिर 36 okay. How much off was it from the target? The same 10% only. You will say it's okay, chalega. So will you say chalega, or what will you do? You will come and shout at me and say, क्या target दिया? 35 का 45 होता तो it was more than enough. That was 33% return for me. So you treat these things in different ways. Whose fault is it? Our own. We got to educate ourselves about the market because formal education has not happened. And we are all at ages where structured learning has stopped. School, college, professional, structured learning. Everybody knows कि अप्रैल मई जून आ गया तो कॉलेज में भर्ती होना है. नेक्स्ट अप्रैल मार्च आ गया तो छुट्टी हो गई. Take 3 months off, again come back. Keep going till you finish the whole ladder. But right now, no structured learning. So what do you do? YouTube. Solution to all evils. And then YouTube, you get various stuff. Google, the other universal solution for everything. You get some more answers. But is it structured? It's completely randomized. जो आपने एक्सेस किया, जो हेडलाइन ठीक लगा, जिसका चेहरा अच्छा लगा YouTube में, आपने सुन लिया, आपने पढ़ लिया. Was it shown to you, told to you, informed to you in the manner that it should be? Most definitely not. Structured learning is essential for something to get well seated. So what are the four steps that is prescribed for learning in our good books? शास्त्रों में क्या बोला है? श्रवण. You have to hear. उसके बाद मनन. You have to mull what you heard in your mind. What you hear has to get seated in your mind. Otherwise it just rotates there for a while. And if you don't do anything about it in 3 days, this is scientifically recorded fact, it will go away. But if you think about it, then it will get seated. It will take a seat in your mind. Shravan ho gaya, manan ho gaya. Then nididhyasana. Nididhyasana means practice, daily practice. If you don't practice it, and do not keep up the practice for 21 days at the very least, what has got seated in your mind will also disappear. And what is prescribed ideally is for a quarter, 66 days. This is the prescribed format for learning, and it's been so for many, many years, and it has not been said idly. You are going to hear certain things today. You are hearing some things from me. And he is going to show you certain ways that you can do this in a structured manner. After that, it is your duty, responsibility to take it and think about it. Not all of you will like what you hear. It's quite possible. If you like it, you should hold on to it. You should think about it. And you should go further into it. If you don't like what you hear, then drop it here only, no problem. Your life is not going to change any worse. But what are we all here for? We are here to try and make it better. And if we have to make something better, then there has to be effort. You're all to be congratulated because you have already made the first effort. On a nice Saturday morning, you're all here and not at home watching some rerun of a serial or watching some sports channel at work, having some nice time at home, but you're here. And you're willing to spend another hour or two more and listen to some more stuff. And then maybe you're going to think whether this is going to be worthwhile for me. I can guarantee you this, that if you take this up seriously, you will never live to regret it. The operative word is what? Seriously. Casual analysts ये मार्केट में बहुत है. Fundamental variety, technical variety, astrological variety, there are many. WhatsApp groups are filled with them. And of course, as soon as they are right, what will come on WhatsApp? Rocket. Lots of claps. Lots of these signs. खुद ही बेचते होंगे या उनके इर्द गिर्द वाले बेचते रहेंगे. That is not the variety I'm talking about. In this market, like he's rightly said, the money is going to come from somebody else, and somebody else is going to take it away from you. Which means that you're all by yourself. Your broker is going to help you. But it's a business. We are going to help you. It's a business. Somebody else is going to help you. That's also a business. What are you all doing? You are doing time pass? You do business. And how is a business run? What is a sound business principle? Okay? No, how do you run a business? Yeah, disciplined manner means? Yeah, you need to have profits. And how will profits come? You need to know your market, you need to control your costs, your buying price has to be less than your selling price, etc. etc. These are business principles, right? Why should share market investing or trading be any different? This is a business. Run it like a business. Yet theoretical talk is that you are a owner of the company. That's all bullshit. You just own the stock. That's it. And you own the stock temporarily till you make some money. Are you really concerned whether Reliance buys or sells? Whatever it buys or sells. You are interested in 1480 becoming 1580. Isn't that a fact? And that is a fact for every stock that you own. So all stocks are goods in trade. Like a shop. अगर ये सीजन है राउंड कॉलर शर्ट की, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 6 महीने हुए राउंड कॉलर शर्ट्स आर आउट ऑफ फैशन, आपके पास 2-3 कार्टन और पड़े, व्हाट शुड यू डू? That is what you do. Markdown sale, 70% off. So what happens? You're walking peacefully in the mall, suddenly your wife will yank you. Why? She cannot resist 70% off. Let us see what is there. So 70% off is universal. Do you do that with stocks? Who's still holding Suzlon? From the high, yeah, but not bought at 12 rupees. Bought at 500 rupees. They will still be there. So Himachal Futuristic is now coming back into action. You keep reading about it these days.
Yes.
Do you know what was the high price? 2,500 rupees plus. Nothing. Nothing at all. That 2,500 became whatever, 510 something. With no benefits. As a good businessman, what should you have done? फर्ज करो कि 2500 में ले लिया आपने, at the top price. वो तो राउंड कॉलर शर्ट था ना. Went out of fashion. As a prudent businessman, what should you do? Get rid of obsolete stock. Get in whatever is the current fashion. What do we do instead? We suddenly turn into high quality fundamental analysts. Not knowing anything about it, still you turn into one. Well, telecom, fantastic area. Nahata has big connections. And so on and so forth. You will go on and on about it. And then 1250 हुआ, 625 हुआ, 312 हुआ, 162 हुआ, 81 हुआ, 40 हुआ, 20 हुआ, 10 हुआ. At no point of time anybody sold. And now it is coming up, and what do? You go and buy some more. आप किसी को लोन देते हो, किस लिए देते हो? हाँ, very good philanthropist है आप तो. But why do you give? He may be in need. हाँ, but only like that लेगा भाई. So you have a few thousands to spare. I would like to use some. You give it for some interest, right? अच्छा, आप तो देते हैं ना? Good. I will remember you when I need money next time. But most of us lend money to earn some interest on it, right? The man doesn't pay you interest. So what you do, then he comes to you for more money. So do you lend him more? PSU banks do, but that's a different story. Do you lend him more? Should you lend him more? Isn't that what you do when you do averaging? You buy some more stock. And then he becomes a bad borrower again. and then it comes to you for more money. So any stock which doesn't work for you is a bad borrower. Realize that you are all lenders in the market. Essentially, that is what you are doing. You are lending the money to the stock and waiting for the stock to give you return. And we clothe it up in different ways. So all this is the differentiation which education provides.